think it's not used enough and it's not defined enough is kids aren't tough enough anymore. And what I mean by tough is not just adversity and being able to handle it and positive body language and talk and effort, but I'm talking about tough to walk up to say to somebody and say, I'm sorry. That tough. Or to say, I love you, or thank you, or walk over to somebody and say, hey, do you need help right now? Instead of walking away because you don't want to be part of it. I think the tough is being lost. And that's just how I grew up. And I used to think tough was the other way, right, Walter? I mean, getting hit by a pitch or playing hurt or all that. And that's what kids still might think. But around here, I teach them what tough really means. And it means everything. Whether you need to tell somebody you love them, and that's kind of hard for some people to do, but you got to be tough enough to be able to do it, or tough enough to accept that you're coming off the bench and be tough enough to work harder if you don't want to just come off the bench, or if you're not getting recruited by enough people and you want to complain about it or defend or deny why you're not. You just need to get tougher. That's the way
I think more people that are within the youth baseball landscape, if they were teaching that method, really that mindset of being mentally tough, being prepared to accept and excel in your role and what it takes to truly be a part of a team. If we did that at younger ages, I think it's kind of that mental toughness.
Oh, man.
It's really something that we don't challenge the student athletes enough to overcome. We create another outlet. We create another roadway. And rather than saying, okay, you have to go through it, over it, under it, I don't care, but you have to deal with this obstacle. We just kind of in turn say, let's create another road. Let's create another path. Let's create another team. And that's really how baseball is kind of fast becoming this unorganized, organized youth sport, if that makes any sense.
Well, we talk about positivity and, hey, it'll be okay, which I get it. But I've always said my positivity is that you get to roll out of bed the next day and do something about it. You can just keep saying it's going to be all right, and you're going to have to keep wearing it, right? Because, I mean, you're not really doing much other than, hey, it's going to be all right. No, the positivity is that you get to show up and do something about it the next day. The practice, a game, whatever, especially in baseball, right? You get to play it every day. So it isn't just the positivity of, well, it wasn't our day today. Well, maybe fundamentally we weren't tough enough, and we didn't stay locked in the whole day. We weren't tough enough. Like I said, I think it is the word that's not defined good enough in so many ways, and it's not used the right way. We throw it around there, kind of like grind and grit or whatever, but I just don't think it's defined and held at the standard it needs to be for tough. And for me, like I said, it's a big thing we've been on our kids. It's just energy can be there every day. The positivity to work can be there every day, and mentally is where everything starts. Everything starts and ends every day with your mentality and what you want to choose to do. And again, that circles back around to toughness. To me, how tough do you want to be that day? How tough do I want to be now after being somewhere for 20 years and raising a family and winning more than anybody, like in the last 11 years at any college level? Now, all of a sudden, I pick up my whole family and move somewhere where I don't know how to drive around. I don't know where to go to get a stapler from my office on campus. I don't know anything. And I got to get comfortable with uncomfortable. And that's what we had to do as a family as well. And so we talked about all that, and there's toughness that has to be involved with that. And there's so many of my little Rardinisms, as we call them, that that are just that they are life survival skills. We all have to have an ego to drop our ego. Dave and I, we've gotten older, have definitely been able to have an ego to drop our ego more. When we were younger and coaching and thought we had the world figured out, we were still getting humbled. And you either go through life, humble or being humbled. And I've been humbled enough to now be very humble about it all. Again, this is the only thing I know in life. I just, God had a plan for me, and I didn't know it at the time, fell into it. And I've gotten really good at, having an ego to drop my ego and teach young men. And not, we talked about some stuff with parents, man, and I know I was getting real with parents, and I just want you guys all know out there, this is opinions from a guy who's one of those one of two hypocrites, right? Parents and coaches. And so it really comes from experience for me. It's just not an opinion because I'm a coach. And I'm not the easiest guy to play for. I'm going to tell you that. And a lot of people in baseball world know that with me. My energy and my positivity and stuff, it comes in a different direction. Kids just need to know that you care about them. It's really like raising kids. You're worried they're not home by midnight. They haven't called you yet. Thank God they walked through the door. Why didn't you call me? Now I'm going to kill you. Right? I'm glad you're home. I love you to death, but I'm going to kill you. That's coaching. I'm a stepdad, but I'm not their dad. Try to help them out.